Introduction to UGC.
Please go ahead, sir. Please go ahead.
MOOC courses. Then we have under the UGC MOOCs as well as per the Swayam platform. Then also we need to be brief about what are the as per the UGC regulation with respect to Swayam courses. Then also highlighting some of the annual refresher programming teaching. These are all some of the content we're going to discuss in this and first and second session. As far as an understanding, because by and large, you are all aware of that. What is that gross enrollment rate in higher education? As far as the data set, almost 23% is there in 2013 and 14. Taking as it's a phenomenal increase in the year of 2019-20 as far as 27%. This is also one of the component we need to be look into it as far as for the what is the enrollment of gross enrollment rate in higher education. Then further taking expenditure on education. This is one of the component probably we need to be reoriented how much share will be there as well as per the GDP with respect to the education is concerned. As far as the data, so the 2.8% in 2019-20, then again taking 2020-21, it's the 3.1%. So this is something we need to be increased as well as per the expenditure on education. Because already there is a national education policy 2020-20, then also made some criteria. You should have a minimum 6% above GDP share should be there for the expenditure on. This is something we need to be look into it. Then also a lot of attempt made as well as for the information and communication technology initiatives as well as for the in higher education. Then you are all well versed the thing. Blended mode teaching and learning, because this is very important as well as for the under the online courses or you taken into consider for the producing the e-content. Then also already there is a regulation for blended mode teaching and learning. Then taking as far as in the University Grant Commission, recently they made for the academic band credit. This is something ABC Credit Framework Regulation 2021. So this is something given for the flexibility for the student. They can earn credit either in the through the online courses or maybe MOOC courses or maybe Swayam. Then they can incorporate that credit, whatever the credit they earn through the whatever the thing. Then also we call it as they call it as academic bank credit. This is already regulation is there. Then some of the content as far as open education resources, because by and large you are all well versed with thing as well as national mission on education through information and communication technology. This is also one of the important initiative as well as for the Ministry of Education. We call it as National Mission on Education through Information and Communication Technology. Then also the program called as National Program on Technology Enabled Learning. This is something we call it as an NPTL. So these are all some of the things were there. Then also EPG Partshal, then National Digital Library. These are all some of the content, because any of you have the separate content in the open education resources, there will they discuss in detail. Then further taking for the Swayam, because Swayam is the platform. Under the Swayam platform, they are offering for the massive open online courses. We call it as a MOOCs. Then also you are all well versed with the thing as well as for the learning management system. That's for the LMS platform. This is again as far as for the government of Karnataka also initiated for the very good initiative under the introducing for the learning management system. Then further taking some kind of Bloom's taxonomy. So this is something because already we are in the choice-based credit system for the entire our curriculum. Then also we are forwarded for the implementing for the NEP. I think Karnataka is the first state for implementing NEP 2020-20. Then each courses, each program, then also we have made it for the map for the outcome-based education. This is all some of the content were there that need to be discussed. As far as an understanding, we have some kind of positive trend. As far as in India is concerned, we call it as a positive trend. We have we call it as a demographic dividend. So almost 650 million of population from 0 to 24 years. So this is something probably look back to in the global scenario, or you taken into for the other country, whichever the countries is there for the forefront, or we call it as a developed countries. Looking towards in India, because India is saying for the demographic dividend, they are saying for the major share will be there in the younger age group. This younger age group will be translating into the working group probably another 5 years. India is saying for the robust economy or something like that. That's why we call it as a demographic dividend. That need to be, we call it as a positive trend. Then another important taking for internet penetration. So here, very important, India is saying for the second highest number of internet penetration. This is again, as far as it is predicted that by 2021, there will be 735 million internet users in India. So this is again very important as well as for the online education player. Because by and large, looking in the present context, as well as for the taking for the starting from the elementary education or taking for the higher education, then also we need to understand for the what are the how extent you are using for the internet penetration. There's also one of the component. Then as far as in tracking the trend, what is the trend as well as for the internet penetration? In the year 2006, only we have 2%. That's only for the 40 million population accessing for the internet penetration. Then taking for in the span of almost in the 2016, probably it's taking for the 27%. In 2020, almost 36%, including both urban and rural users. So this is something we need to be look into the data as well as for the how that is for the trend in as well as for the internet penetration. Then also taking for the smartphone penetration. Currently there are 290 million smartphone users in India. Then again, in addition of 180 million new users by 2000. This is something again every year we're taking the news data set. Probably will come to know what is the percentage of increase for the smartphone. So this was some of the positive trend as focusing for online education. Then taking for the, I am audible now? Yes?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir, it is audible.
Okay.
Audible, audible, sir. But
Okay.
video somewhat blurred, sir.
No, some problem is there in the my camera. I don't know.
Okay,
Sometimes
sir.
it's reading, so no issue, no?
Okay, sir. No issue.
Okay. As far as internet usage in a minute, because this is again in the by and large, because already you are aware, probably can just you can any day probably can just you can Google it, probably will come to know what is that internet usage in a minute. Looking the data set, almost majority is there, major share will be there in the email. Every day we are checking for the email. This is something we need to be look into the thing. Then again, as far as rising mobile traffic and current mobile traffic share, this is something again looking the data set from 2009. Only we have 0.7%. This is again taking for the 2021 almost increase for the 54.4%. So this is something we need to be re-look into it. What is the as well as for the mobile traffic share in the present context. Then moving further, understanding for the further positive trend, lifelong learning instead of learn and retire. So this is something we need to be as a teaching fraternity. We need to be re-look into it, because when you're taking for the earlier thing, we are only learn, and retire. But in the present context, we need to be go for the lifelong learning instead of learn, and retire. This is something we need to be re-look into it. Then again, future of work online based. So this is something because by and large, after pandemic, probably we are all well versed with the thing using for the various apps. Then also taking for the engaging for the online classes. Then also taking for the preparing the e-content. So many components. So this was some of the thing. Then also the entire domain probably I think reoriented to the online based, probably taking for the day-to-day activity, taking it to starting with your in the whatever in the houses, whatever the household services are you taking for the various things. Then again we started for the online based. That's why the future of work is online based. Then again another interesting component as well as for the Ministry of Education proposed to spend almost 2,300 crores on developing and translating digital course content and resources over the next 5 years. So this is something probably we have the stake, because as a teachers, teaching fraternity, we have the share, because so much crore rupee they're spending for creating for the digital course and content. So probably this is something probably is taking into consideration all the teacher, we have the stake of as well as for this creating the content and other thing. Then taking different e-learning technique will be used, like some of the probably think some of the content you are delivering, then probably directly will uploading the YouTube. Then some of the universities or maybe some of the colleges they're in the Google Classroom. That is there in the thing. Then again we have the Swayam. Then again we have the Swayam, that is for the 24/7 education channel. Then EPG Pathshal. This is again under the EPG Pathshal you can get all the script taking for the e-content. We call it as an e-content. That's you can also get the script of the various subject related. Then also taking for as one of the pillars of the Digital India initiative of Government of India that started Swayam under National Mission on Education through Information and Communication Technology. This is again we given that is called as an initiative of the Digital India. We have National Mission on Education through Information and Communication Technology. That's we call it as NMICT. Then taking this is something as far as in the taking the Science Direct article, based on the looking the data set, what are the modes of online teaching? Then also taking for the what is the percentage of teachers using, what is the percentage of the student using for the online learning modes. Based on the thing, looking some of the university there in the learning management system, the Mysore, then Google Classroom, then Zoom, then again webinar, then again taking for the YouTube, whatever things. So looking the data set, comparing with the both the table, probably can have the WhatsApp, I think something reaching for all the 100% student to teachers, then also taking for the email. There's also there in the reaching for the student 100%. This is something for understanding for as well as various media we are using. Then moving as well as for the platform, this is very, very important. Whenever you're taking for the either using for the learning management system or you are using for the massive open online courses, then again, we need to be understanding for the platform. As far as India is concerned, we have massive open online courses. Then again, it has to be run in under the platform of Swayam. Swayam is the indigenously built platform. Under the platform, you are running for the massive open online courses. We call it as in Swayam. Understanding for this learning management system, because already you are aware, this is a broader term used for the describing software tools designed to manage user learning intervention, provide access to online learning services for student, teacher, as well as for the administrator. I think by and large, overall come from, I think in the working in the degree colleges, probably I think you are all familiar with the thing. I think government of Karnataka, the first state they introduced for learning management system, Karnataka LMS. Under the Karnataka LMS, probably I think you are by and large, you are well versed with all these learning management system. This is something need to be understand. Then taking for all this platform, because we given very important as well as for the learning management system that will help you for an understanding. Taking into consideration for that, we need to be know for the accountability and also transparency. Whatever the classes you are engaging, probably I think you can upload the content, or maybe whatever the resources, probably you need to be conduct for the test, you need to be uploading for the various digital repository, probably can be placed in the learning management system. Probably all the students who are all there in the registered under the particular semester or maybe particular course, they can access the material or maybe resources or whatever the materials made available that's available in the platform that can be accessed for the anywhere in any time. That's why they call it as a learning management system. Taking for the learning management system as well as various modes, for example, Moodle. So Moodle also they started for the separate learning management system, because already we started discussing Google Classroom as having for the separate learning management system. Then also Zoom Learn. So this is again they introduced for the learning management system. Then again Karnataka learning management system. I think by and large you are all working in the degree colleges under the government of Karnataka. You are all familiar with the Karnataka learning management system. These are all the some of the things. Then further understanding, very important, whatever the online classes are you taking into consideration for the Swayam, then also we need to be oriented to our curriculum, what is there in our curriculum. Then also we started discussing about outcome-based learning. So when you taking for the outcome-based learning, then also we are referring for the open pedagogy of new opportunity for the taking for this are all the 6, we call it as a 6 component, or you can call it as a 6 elements. Looking all these 6 elements, then also you can relook into our courses, or maybe taking for each program, or taking for the particular subject. Based on the subject, what extent we are given for the integrated all these 6 component within our syllabus, will framing the syllabus. This is something probably we need to be relook into it. Probably I think by and large, looking as per the syllabus or maybe taking for the present curriculum, probably can give for the more scope on up to that remember, understand and apply. Only we given for the very limited scope for analyze, evaluate and create. Probably if there is any component is there in the project component, or maybe taken into consideration for the field-based work or something like that, probably we given some kind of analysis and evaluate. So other than that, only limited scope we will given for the remember, analyze, evaluate and create. So this is something we need to be relooked into it in our while framing our syllabus. Probably I think NEP 2020 they are given for the ample scope for incorporating all these Bloom's taxonomy, taking into consideration for the integrating for the how to making for the creativity. So then given an opportunity for the student to go for creativity, then also taking for the some kind of evaluate, then also making for some kind of analysis or draw some kind of inferences or something like this. Are all the some of the thing. Probably as a teaching fraternity, we need to understand this Bloom's taxonomy. Probably anytime just you can Google it, you will get the bunch of Bloom's taxonomy, and then also given for the each elements or each component, they'll given for the what are the sub component need to be added for the taking for the in our syllabus. Probably in the entire our syllabus, probably I think you are taking for the 4 unit or making for the 5 unit. whatever the unit is there, then either you're taking for the unit wise or you're taking for the each unit, then what are the option is given for these 6 criteria, either taking creative, evaluate, analyze, apply, understand, remember. So this is something probably we need to be, because in the present era we require, because already we have come forward a little bit outcome based learning, then also we need to be go for very important, given ample opportunity for the student to creativity and as well as for the evaluate. This is something need to be understand. Then
Excuse me, sir. Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Sir, in Bloom's taxonomy, just show that slide, sir.
Yes.
Bloom's taxonomy. Yeah, this,
Yes,
this
ma'am.
pyramid, sir. That is the K1, K2, K3, K4, K5, sir. This is this
Yes.
one. K1, K2, K3, K4, K5.
Okay.
That Bloom's taxonomy, that knowledgeable levels. That's only, no, sir.
Yes. Same thing only. Probably you are taking into consider. See, these are all the some of them in the broader umbrella.
Okay, sir.
Taking all the 6 elements. Whenever you taking for the as a teacher, when you devising the syllabus,
Yes, sir.
are making for the updating or maybe developing the syllabus, we need to be taking for all these 6 elements.
Okay, sir.
Based on the thing, where they give an option for the thing. Probably I think by and large in the present curriculum, probably by and large we given for the ample scope for all these 3. Apply, understand and remember.
Okay.
But only be given very limited scope for the analyze, evaluate and create. Probably
Yes, the broad spectrum of the downstairs is the remember, that is K1. That will be acceptable by more students.
okay.
The level of acceptation will be understanding and then applying, and from that analyzing, then evaluating, and finally they will have that creative method what we have teached. Like
this
that.
is something, see, because this is one thing. So this something need to be done it through the your entire process of even the semester, starting from the
Yes, sir,
semester.
yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir.
Starting for which component you are going for the creativity, which component you going for the evaluate, which
Right.
component you are making for the analyze.
That is unit wise, sir.
Yeah,
Unit
yeah.
wise,
Each faculty need to be devised it.
Okay, sir.
So
Thank you, sir.
then this is only for the understanding, because you are all in the era of, as well as for the new education policy. Probably I think Bloom's taxonomy is very much is relevant in the present context. Then this is open education resources. Then again we have the separate resource person. Probably I think they will discuss in detail for the thing. Just I can give an highlight. What are the component under these open education resources? Because already there is a national OER repository. Because Minister of Human Resources Development, now we call it as a Minister of Education. Then also NCERT, there's so many lot of material is made available under the national OER repository. Probably this can useful for the as a student fraternity as well as for the teachers. Then also started discussing about NPTEL, National Program on Technology Enhanced Learning. This is something probably you can a lot of e-content are made available. Then probably you can download it whenever you free. Then also NPTEL is offering for the various courses under the Swayam platform. Then taking NMICT, that is for the National Mission on Education through Information and Communication Technology. Here also you can get for the lot of open education resources. Then also very important, I think by and large you are familiar with National Digital Library that is managed by IIT Kharagpur. Based on the thing, you can get a lot of material, or you take into consider almost 68 lakhs books are made available in the digital repository. This is something probably bring you to the notice of your student as well as for the understanding. Taking for this, so much e-content or maybe digital repository is made available in the National Digital Library, or maybe each universities or maybe in the institutional level probably can go for the registering for the under the NDL. You can access for the maximum content are available as well as for the national NDL. Then again, taking for the InfoLibNet, I think by and large you are all well versed with InfoLibNet. InfoLibNet is working under the University Grants Commission. Under the InfoLibNet, almost taking for the various things, because in the earlier context, whatever the journal subscribed by the UGC, then again directly linked with the InfoLibNet. Probably all the university were accessing for the some of the journalists subscribed by the as well as for the UGC. Then also UNESCO, also there is a OER Commons. So these are all the some of the things exclusive for the OER for the ICT. Then for the framework for teachers hub, this is something probably can there is a separate session under the open education resources. This is only given for the highlight for understanding for the what are the open education resources were there in the thing. Then taking as well as for the growth of massive open online courses in the global scenario. Because very important in the 2012 they started for as well as for the is a budding in the growth of as well as for the massive open online courses, looking the as a data set funding almost so much dollar million they paid a funding. Then also learners is only for the 2 million learners were there. Only taking for the 40 universities there in the partner for developing that is for the massive open online courses. Then also at that time there is only for the 250 courses, revenue generated very minimal, that's zero, that's there in the thing in the 2012. Taking for the 2020, then again almost 900 million that is for the funding. Then also 180 million learners were there in the thing as in the global. Then again course partner almost 950 course partners were there. Then also almost 16,000 courses are made available. Then again hundreds of millions. So this is something as well as for the thing in the entire global scenario. Even if you're taking for the present data 2022, there is a enormous changes as well as for the growth of the massive open online courses in the entire country. This is something probably we need to be really looking into it. Understanding as well as for the massive open online courses, because already you are all familiar with all these components, large enrollment number, no mandate qualification open to all, then fully online. Then also structured course, content is an online course, unlimited participation, open access via the web. This is something. Then also as far as basic philosophy of massive open online courses, they call it as a 3A, anytime, anyone, anywhere. So this is something. As soon as whichever the courses is made available for the particular platform, either taking for the Swayam or taking for the in the global scenario, there is a various other platforms. Based on the thing, as soon as registering for the particular courses, then you can access anytime. Only you should have an internet connection. You can access for the anytime for, I think you can view with the content or maybe taken into consider for the streaming video or something like this. These are the some of the thing probably we call it as, that's why we call it as anytime, anyone and anywhere. Only you should have an internet connection. These are all the something as a increase exponential as well as for the MOOC courses is concerned. Just I can little bit. These are all the some of the speedy progress. How probably taking for the 40,000 to suddenly we increase for the 23 lakh student were there in the thing. Then this is something as well as an understanding in the entire country. We have 9 national coordinators for coordinating for the entire country as well as for the massive open online courses under the Swayam platform. Looking the data set, taking for the various national coordinator, almost 203 partnering institutions taking for the developing for the e-content, taking for the developing the content, then also made available under the Swayam platform. Then so far, I think we are in the presently we are running for the 10th cycle, because we started I think 2016 there is a guidelines. Then also taking for the 2017 they started for the first cycle. We are presently we are in the 10th cycle. 10th cycle starting from January. This will end that enrollment will end up with February 28 or something like that. So this is something again we have so far almost 9,000 odd numbers courses are made available under the Swayam platform. Then also looking the data very important, almost 3 crore students have enrolled. This is something. Then also taking for the examination registration. So this is something we need to be correlating with total number of student enrolled. Then also taking for the number of student enrolled for examination. This is something probably in the taking the data set, probably very minute, probably taking for the about 6 to 7% of the student were enrolled for examination. So many students are enthusiastically enrolled for the courses, but come to the examination only for this 6 to in between 6 to 7% student are enrolled or registered for the examination. That's something we need to be relooking into it. Then another interesting successful certification. This is something probably almost looking the how many students have gone for the that is for the examination registration. Then also how many students have cleared the Swayam examination. Probably almost 60 to 63-64% of the students successfully certification. This is something we need to be relooking into it as well as for the understanding. So many students are enrolling, but that getting the certification, then also taking for the enrollment, we need to be relooking into it, because already we are started for blended learning. Then also there is an University Grant Commission given the guidelines for academic bank credits under the ABC academic bank credit. Then you can earn the credit through the either maybe Swayam or maybe various universities. Then also that need to be incorporated ESR or mark sheet. This is something we need to be relooking to it. Very important. Then also another interesting, probably I think you are all well versed with as well as for the annual refresher program for the teachers. That's for the program in teachers. That's for the, I think we call it as a HRDC program. Under the HRDC program, probably I think at the time there is an Javadkar, he was there in the as an higher education minister in the government of India. So as well as for the thing, very important at the time, almost so many teachers were enrolled for the under the HRDC annual refresher program in teaching. At the time, I think 6,000 plus teachers were appeared for the examination. Only 2% have cleared for the thing. This is something we need to be looking into it as far as an understanding, because very important. Only thing is we don't have a time, because so many students, so many teachers, what they're doing, we are registering the course, then we don't have a time to streaming video, or maybe you don't have a time to uploading the whatever the assignment, or maybe whatever the internal assessment is given in the scheduled time or something like this. Is something we are missing. Probably this need to be we need to be really look into it. Then taking the statistics and component, because already as well as for the NPTEL is the most visited academic YouTube channel in the world. This is something probably we need to be relook at it, as well as for the NPTEL as the most visited academic YouTube channel in the world. This is something as far as an understanding. Looking the further discussing for the entire the classification of as well as for the MOOC courses, then again we have the some courses having for the paid courses, some courses having for the free courses. Probably taking for the somebody want to join for the Moodle, somebody want to join for the edX, whatever the platform is made available in the global scenario. Probably we need to be pay for so much money, dollar of need to be paid for the registration of the course. So much money we need to be writing the examination. So much money we need to be get the certification. That's why some of the courses made available in the paid courses, some of the courses available in the free courses. So as far as in the Swayam is concerned, because in earlier what they've done it, they introduced in the first cycle, they introduced for the registration itself, they have to pay for the nominal registration fee. Then after that we have so many interaction with the meeting with the UGC and other thing. Then automatically they start for the, there is no fee for enrollment of the thing. Only thing they have to pay for the examination, they have to pay for the nominal fee for the registration of the examination. If the student is secured more than 40% of the marks, probably whatever the amount they transfer, same amount will be credited for the ISR or bank account, whichever the online transaction, whatever the thing. So this is something made available under the as well as for the Swayam platform is concerned. Then taking for the phase, some of the courses is scheduled driven, some of the courses is self-paced. When you're taking for the scheduled driven, because each course there is some kind of stipulated period. As far as for the in our Swayam platform, whatever the massive open and open online courses available under the Swayam platform, they are given for the scheduled time. Every time they will use for the January, then also July. Every year there is a 2 cycle, that is for the January as well as for the July. So prior to January, they release the subject. Probably January they are given for the starting for the enrollment. Probably they will given for the 1 month push up, that's for the up to February they allowed for the enrollment and other kind of things. Same thing, June they release the subject, then July then taking for the starting for the enrollment. Probably they'll give for the up to some July, whatever the August they'll give for the pushback for the as well as for the registration. This is again we call it as scheduled driven courses and the thing. Then again some of the courses is there the self-paced. This is again is the learner want to decide whether this kind of thing is not available in the Swayam platform. Probably can go to the various in the global platform, either maybe edX or maybe various Coursera or something like that. There is an option for self-paced. Probably some of the work employees are maybe taken into the mid-level officers, they're working for the either joining some courses. Probably then they given for the flexibility for the self-paced, based on their convenience they can schedule it the course. This is something. Some of the courses is the schedule driven, some of the courses is the self-paced. Then again instructors, this is something university courses, then also private firms. So this is so many universities have pulled the knowledge, then also started for the so many courses. Then also private firms also they started for the developing for the MOOC courses. This is something probably I think you are all well versed with the thing. As well as for the India, when you taking for the World Bank as well as for the Asian Development Bank, these are all the in the global banks, they're funding for these third world countries for infrastructure development or maybe poverty or something like that. Now, as well as for the World Bank, as well as for the Asian Development Bank, they started for the World Bank Institute, then also Asian Development Bank Institute. Under this institute, they are offering for the so many ODL model, online delivery and learning, whatever the thing. So taking into concept for the online and distance learning, they started for the so many courses is made available under the World Bank platform. So many that is for the World Bank Institute. So many courses are made available as well as for the Asian Development Bank. So this is something probably we need to be really good to it. Taking understanding for the major platform and in the entire globe, taking for the probably edX, then also taking for the course builder, Blackboard, BizIQ, Moodle, Udacity, then Coursera. So many the platforms are made available for the entire globe. Understanding for the massive open online courses is concerned. As far as in India, we are India, that is for the platform called as a Swayam. That is for the indigenous platform. This is again in the global scenario. This is for in the context of India, for the major platforms and the players. Taking for the edX, I think this is very important. MIT and Harvard, they started for developing for the MOOC courses under the edX.org. Under the thing they started, there are so many courses they introduced, even though there is a lot of demand as well as for the edX taking into consider, but we need to be so much money need to be paid for enrolling the courses, that's the registration of the courses, then registration of examination and getting the certification and other thing. In the by and large, taking for data set in the recent data set as well as for the edX, probably completion, that is for the certification. So many learners or maybe so many learners are enrolled for the particular courses, probably while getting the certification, probably that is only on an average is the 10% or maybe 12% or something like that. This is something probably we need to be re-look into it as well as for the taking for the edX and other thing. Then further discussing the National Program on Technology Enhanced Learning, because as an NPTEL, because this is directly funded by the under the NMICT, National Mission on Education through Information and Communication Technology. So this as well as for the NPTEL was launched in the year of 2003. Based on the thing, they'll given for the e-learning through online web and video courses in engineering, sciences, technology, management, and e-management. So this was the some of the thing they'll given for the introduced for the under the NPTEL platform. I think as well as in the present context, taking for the NPTEL, there is the one among the national coordinator for the coordinating for technical courses of undergraduate as well as for the postgraduate for the entire country under the guidance of the AICTE. As well as for the NPTEL, probably I think only looking the data set as well as for the NPTEL, every cycle they're releasing for the between 150 to 200 subject is made available for the each cycle. This is something we need to be rethink. As well as for the we have so many universities taking for the central universities, state universities, then also taking for the so many deemed universities, deemed to be universities. Based on these numbers, probably it's very difficult to release it for probably in the present cycle. We have only 42 subject is made available for the PG courses. Probably 80 plus subject is made available for the UG courses. This is something we need to be look into it. As well as for the NPTEL. Taking for the only for the 1 IICs and 7 IITs, they are providing for almost 150 to 200 subject is made available e-cycle. This is something we need to be relook at it. Then also another important, each IITs as well as for the Indian Institute of Science, they were made some mandate thing. Each faculty should have one courses need to be developed for in a year. So this is something probably another 5 years, probably another 10 years, probably it will be mandate for all the overall working under the umbrella of University Grants Commission. Probably they will make mandate for each faculty should have one MOOC courses need to be developed or something like that. Because already there is a guidelines, under the guidelines they'll given for the more flexibility given for the only thing they're given for the 60% you can go for the traditional classroom. Probably 40% the student can earn the credit through the Swayam or various other platforms. This is something probably we need to be reorient our that whatever the ideology, then also we need to be relook into it for involving for the developing for the MOOC courses. Then as a teacher, we need to be taking for the instructional design of MOOC courses. What are the criteria we need to be followed while taking for the developing the MOOC courses? Anyway, there is a separate content, probably I think they will discuss in detailing. So we are taking some kind of, we need to be followed some kind of instructional design. What are the principles need to be followed? Then also we need to be look into what are the procedure we need to be followed. Then also what are the instruction material made available in the platform. Then also what are the lessons taking for the, we call it as a lessons, we call it as a model, different model, taking into consider for the each unit or maybe each courses. We call it as put together all the thing, we call it as an ODI model, that is for the analysis, design, development, implementation, and evaluation. These are all the some of the, we call it as an ODI model. I think you are all familiar with this ODI model. I will not go for the detailing. Then as a teacher, whenever you start for taking further in the ODI approach, then also we need to be 7 main categories we need to be relook into it. One is very important, core requirements. So this is something we need to understand overall the audience. Whenever you start for the developing the MOOC courses, whether you are developing the MOOC courses for the undergraduate student or you are developing the MOOC courses for the postgraduate student, then also taking for heterogeneous as well as for the homogeneous. So this is something we need to be, some courses probably taking for the, in the present context, All India Institute of Medical Science or taking for the National Law School. These are all the premier institution, then a peer Professor, they started for the developing the courses. Probably this can be applicable in general. Some of the thing probably taking for the cyber crime, probably taking for the digital marketing. So something like that. So this was the some of the thing. It applicable for the all the discipline, not only for the law, not only for the as in basic sciences. It's required for the humanities or something like this. These are the some of the thing we need to be decided. What are the heterogeneous or homogeneous target group that need to be decided by the before developing the courses, well framing the syllabus. Then also when you're taking for the structures, we need to understand for number of units. I think by and large, I think as far as in our university, by and large, we have the 4 units as well as for understanding for the syllabus in the 4 credit. I think probably other universities also in the similarities were there in the thing. Then also each number of units, then also which are all the component we given for the quiz elements, which are all the component we given for the resource element, which are all the component we are given for the video lecture. So something like that, that has to be decided for the in the overall unit wise, that need to be structured of the question, so structure of the course, sorry. Then taking participant requirement, this is we need to be decide whether we want to make it for the credit transfer or only certification. So credit transfer, as soon as these courses is made available for the undergraduate or maybe postgraduate student, then only we can taking for the credit transfer. Suppose if other than the current student, anybody else they want to learn something like that, probably be given only for the certification. That is there in the thing. Then also we need to be decided for the online as well as for the proctored examination. This is something we need to be decided whether we want to conducting for the online examination. Then also we need to be conducted proctored examination for pen paper examination or something like that. Then again taking for the assignment, because already that is an understandable heterogeneous audience that need to be decided. Then also media design, this is for the Creative Commons license, it's available because already it's in the Swayam platform. Then communication, we have the so many discussion forum charts, so many other components were there in the thing. Then also resources, openness of the material. So this is something need to be decided as a teacher. We need to be go for developing the MOOC courses. We need to be stick on to the approach. Then further taking discussion of as well as for the Swayam, that is for the thing, because already you are all familiar with this full form of the Swayam study webs of active learning for young aspiring minds. Under this Swayam, we call it as a massive open online courses is made available to the learner throughout the country. Then also considering for the 3 cardinal principles of education policy, that is for the access, equity, and quality. So this is something everybody can access for the whatever the content or whatever the courses is made available in the Swayam platform. This is something we need to be understand as well as for the thing. Somebody is studying in the remote area, somebody is studying for the in the rural area. Probably this is something very difficult to access some content of the some courses developed by the Institute of Medical Science professor or maybe National Law School or maybe JNU professor or something like that. Probably this can be accessed for the all over India, anybody or anyone or anytime. This is something. Then also equity, then also quality of the courses. These are all something we call it as a 3 cardinal principles. Then again, this entire Swayam platform that is there in the thing, starting from 9th class to till post graduation, to be accessed by anyone, anywhere at any time. This is something as well as for the understanding for the Swayam. Taking for the Swayam, because already we are aware, one-stop web and mobile-based interactive platform, course ranging from high school to university level. Then also we can have a high quality learning experience using rich multimedia and anytime, anywhere basis. Then we have the state-of-art system that allow easy access to monitoring and certification. Then also each courses have devised peer group interactions. Then also taking for the hybrid model of delivery adds to the quality of classroom teaching. This is something additional component were added. Then also the entire country that given for the Microsoft is managing for the entire country as well as for the Swayam platform is concerned. This is because when you're taking for the thing, I think Mysore University, the first university in the southern state, they started for the Swayam courses enrollment and other thing. In the first cycle, we are finding difficulty for the streaming of the video, taking for the too much time for the streaming of the video. Probably there is an limited bandwidth. There are so many reasons. But later, as well as for the Microsoft taking for the thing, they created for such a way that as a bandwidth is concerned, as far as understanding, at a time, in a minute or maybe in a second, probably 20,000 students can view the video streaming. This kind of capability in the bandwidth they created for the Microsoft. In the present, probably I think we are in the present 9th cycle. In the last month we completed. Probably presently we need to be enrolling for the 10th cycle. Probably we can see the streaming of video. There is no any issue of the bandwidth and other thing as well as for the Swayam courses is concerned. Then looking as well as for the national coordinator, we have national coordinator, 9 national coordinator, because University Grant Commission is they're looking the non-technical postgraduate degree program, then also taking for the NPTEL, technical engineering UG and PG degree program. Again, NPTEL is working under the guidance of AICT. Then again, the Consortium for Education and Communication, we call it as a CEC. CEC also under the is working under the guidance of University Exam Commission, that non-technical undergraduate degree program. So after the pandemic, probably 2021 onwards, that University Grant Commission is given for the CEC itself is taking for the both as well as for the graduate as well as for the undergraduate courses. Non-technical courses is managed by the CEC. Then University Grant Commission will oversee the what is the taking for the uploading or maybe finalizing the courses and other kind of thing. Then also taking for the IGNO is diplomas and certificates they're taking for the thing. Then again NCERT they're taking for the school education. IIMB
My voice.
Your voice.
is IIMB Bangalore, they will taking for the management program. Then again, we have National Institute of Technical Teacher Training Research Institute, Chennai. They are taking for the teacher training program. This is again looking the data of whatever the ARPIT program. Some of the ARPIT program is designed by or maybe content delivered by the in the Chennai NIT or Chennai. This is something. Then taking as well as an understanding for the Swayam initiative, because already we are a digital platform. Then something we need to be remember as well as for the thing in the present as well as for the 2016 there is a guidelines for UGC credit framework as well as for the through online education under the Swayam platform. They'll given for the 20% of the credit weightages for the student opting for courses on Swayam. So this is something because in the earlier guidelines in the 2016 they'll given for the 20% credit. But in March 2021, after the pandemic, they were made it for the some kind of scope for blended learning. They'll given for the up to 40% credit weightage is given for the Swayam platform. So looking the as well as for the guidelines is concerned, probably as a teacher, we need to be go for traditional classroom, probably 60%, rest 40% the student can earn through the various platforms, either maybe Swayam or maybe the various global platform made available under the massive open online courses. Then these are the some of the 8 cycle, 9 cycle or whatever the data set. Then this is again as a teacher mindset before taking the decision, because in the earlier cases in the first cycle they started eligibility criteria. We will be the course coordinator, we will be the as in subject matter expert for the developing the MOOC courses. They aim for the eligibility criteria of the 10 years, having for the experience in the PG teaching, PG level teaching. Then later, a lot of information from the various universities and other things, they reduced for the 5 years teaching in the PG level. Now recently, then also a lot of attempts were made taking into consider the criteria. Now they given for the not required for the any kind of thing. Either UG and PG should have minimum 5 years teaching experience. Then you will be the subject matter expert, or you call it as a course coordinator. You can design and develop the MOOC courses. Then also taking for the thing course selection. Then you decide for the thing whether you are taking for the developing the course subject or maybe elective. This is something. Because by and large, as well as in the present curriculum, you have so many subjects we call it as an hardcore. So many subjects we have the call it as a soft core. Then also we have the open elective. So this is something probably in our university we have only not touched with hardcore and soft core. We are given for the more weightages for the adding for the open elective, because open elective they'll given for the entire program. They'll given for the minimum 4 to maximum 12 credit. This kind of thing probably we can any student they can earn 12 credit through the Swayam that can be incorporated something. These are all some of the things were there. Then taking for the target audience, because already we discussed as well as the demand in the master's courses syllabus. Then self capability we need to understand for the creation of team. This is something probably we need to be rework as well as for the thing. And the subject expert of the planning, then probably I can deliver the content up to 60% or whatever the thing. 40% of the delivery or maybe content probably can fool the expert from the different schools or maybe different universities, probably taken into consideration for the thing based on the different model, whatever the syllabus we devise, probably can take the, you need to be build the team, then there in the thing. Then again, entire approach, probably I think each university, as soon as 2016, the government of India under the University Grant Commission, as well as for the AICT, they made, introduce the mandatory regulation for the UGC credit, that were the MOOCs credit online transfer framework. Under the credit framework, they'll given for the very important, each university should have a coordinator, because entire country, all university they nominated for the coordinator, then also conducted for the various that for the orientation program for the coordinator, then how to go ahead of for the enrollment of the courses. Then again, taking for the developing the MOOC courses, so many components. So based on the thing, each university having for the university coordinator, probably any teacher interested to developing for the MOOC courses probably can approach our university coordinator. They will help you for giving for the consent letter from the university, because consent letter has to be given by the university, taking into consider. Then also whatever the courses you have devised, probably that need to be cleared by your board of studies. Probably in the academic, whatever the board of studies need to be cleared. That whatever the subject you are offering for the MOOCs, probably that can be equivalent for our whatever the credit transfer or something. These are all some of the things probably we need to be relooked into it. Then again, these are the some of the component. I will not go detail. Then this is very important. Homework before content creation. Again, you should have a team, because already we discussed, we require subject matter experts. Then also we require for the reviewer, whatever the content you are delivered, somebody has to review. Then again, somebody making some kind of evaluation. Then also be required for the editor, because whatever the content you are delivered, that need to be edited. Then also we need to be bring rich multimedia, that animation, so many other component that's we required for the multimedia team. That is for the thing. Then again, each courses should have an introductory video. Probably this is again, while submitting the proposal itself, they will ask you for, you should have an introductory video of the 5 minutes about the courses. You're taking for the, what is the core title, then what are the content were there in the course, then what are the outcome of the particular, something like that. We need to be taking for this an introductory video of the 5 minutes. Then also you can approach for the university Swayam portal in the respective universities. They will help you for the how to prepare the proposal, how to submit the proposal. Then also sample from Swayam and UGC-MOOC website, because we have exclusively for, because we call it as UGC-MOOCs, we call it as a vertical of Swayam. Vertical of Swayam is this for the, in the post-graduation level, taking for the UGC-MOOCs website. Probably anybody just can type it in the Google, UGC-MOOCs, that directly taking for the UGC-MOOCs website. There they'll given for the lot of material. Probably if you go to the, in the hyperlink of the download, probably you can see for the lot of what is the procedure need to be followed, what are the content. Then again, some how the proposal need to be prepared. A lot of information is made available. Any faculty interested to developing the MOOC courses. Then taking all these proposal, because UGC-MOOCs implement.ac, and this is the link is there. Then again, each courses 15 weeks course content in detail. Then again, based on the thing, whatever the proposal you have submitted, then again there is an screening committee. It's the constituted by the University Grant Commission. They will look into it, your proposal, as well as for the various models, as well as the introductory videos. Then they'll decide for the whether that particular course is accepted or not. If the particular, probably in the earlier cases, they're allowing for the interface meeting with the all course coordinator as well as for the principal investigator. Then as soon as your particular course is approved, then given for the entire courses, they'll given for the 13.5 lakh rupees. That is for the total project cost of the entire course, taking for the 4 credit course. Comprising for the 40 hours. Then again, this is something, as soon as your course is approved, then they'll give for the 10% of the money directly that leaves for the concerned universities. Then also they will ask you for preparing for the content of 1 week content to be delivered as per the proposals. Then also need approval of the content from the UGC. Then after confirmation, remaining work need to be executed. Then also interaction through the Swayam, UGC invitation as a course creation, login credential, upload content. These are the some of the various parameters will be there in the later, focusing for the how we are going to be going as well as for the process of approval of the course. So these are something need to be done. Taking entire in the e-learning elements, because already given for the weightages for as well as for that each script taking for the 3000 watts, that's there in the thing, e-quality and e-test. Then also videos taking for the 25 to 30 minutes. It has to be divided into 3 parts, taking for the 10 minutes each. Again, this will working on as well as for the our university, we have the Education Multimedia Research Center. That is for the we call it as an EMMRC. EMMRC will look into it, taking for the entire your video and other component probably. And apart from that, also that University Grant Commission as well as for the Ministry of Education, they have empaneled the agency. So entire country they have empaneled the agency. The agency they given for the every year they're empaneling for the development of the e-content development of the MOOC courses. Probably you can contact these as well as the empanel agency. Those people will come and recording your content or maybe whatever the subject is approved by the UGC as well as the Minister of Education. This is all some of the things need to be there. Then under that, as well as whatever the work we are involving under the MOOC courses, because already we need to be linking with our career advancement or maybe there is an APS course. That's for the thing. Based on the thing, then also given for the more weightages, any teachers developing for the 4 credit MOOC courses, they'll give for the 20 credit. This is again 2018 UGC recruitment regulations. Then also given for the development of the 4 models, they're given for the 5.2 so many things. These are the some of the things are there in the thing. Either only you are involving for the developing the content or delivering the model or something like that, you will also get for some kind of fund. This is something advantage for as a teacher fraternity for taking for the APS for another thing. I think by and large, as well as looking the data set of the past, I think starting from the since 2016 to till now, we didn't get any fund for a minor and major research project funded by the University Grant Commission. Is anybody got funding by the University Grant Commission with minor and major research projects? Is I am audible?
Yes, sir. No, sir. We didn't get it.
Okay.
Yes, sir, it is
Yes, sir, it's audible.
Okay, so only why University Grant Commission is not given for these minor and major research funded, they'll given for the indirectly, they'll taking for the thing, they'll given for the Swayam. If any faculty interested for the developing the MOOC courses, they'll given for 13.5 lakh. So this is something probably 13.5 lakh rupees, that is for the entire thing. Probably it's in the duration of the 4 months course, probably taking in the, as soon as you propose, submitting the proposal, probably after the proposal is approved, probably you need to be dedicated for the 4 months for the delivering the content, then reviewing the content, other kind of thing, then they'll given for 13.5 lakh rupees. Out of 13.5 lakh, probably I think the cost breakup is there in the UGC MOOCs implement website. Probably you can download it. They'll given for the 2 lakh rupees for remuneration to the course coordinator. This is something probably directly overall quality as a course coordinator or maybe subject expert or maybe that quality as a coordinator of the course. They will get for the 2 lakh rupees as a remuneration for the developing the MOOC courses. Then also given for the 9 lakh rupees exclusively given for only for the multimedia center. That is for the taking for the multimedia center for the taking for the editing, then also taking for the creating the e-content video and other kind of thing. Then probably in the some budget allocation is given for the reviewer, content editor, as well as for the script writing. So these are the some of the flexibility is given for encouraging teaching fraternity to involve for the development of the MOOC course. So this is something. What time will be the break? We need to continue or we need to give break?
11:45.
11:45.
Please continue, sir.
No.
Okay. Then taking as well as
Sir, in that
Yeah.
Swayam, we are giving the class means it is any restriction to the subject, sir? If a zoology teacher have to create a Swayam portal in zoology subject only, or any relaxation is there?
No, ma'am. This thing again, proposal, it's open for the entire year.
No,
So
sir. No,
you
not
go to
for
the Swayam platform, just check it in your subject expert because your expertise in the particular problem, somebody is expert in the chemistry,
Okay,
then
sir.
probably your expertise in the chemistry, probably you are developing for some kind of analytical chemistry.
Okay, sir.
Probably the same subject already is available in the platform, probably your proposal will not approve. Probably already given entire in the Swayam platform, almost 9,000 courses already is made available in the various cycles.
Okay, sir.
Probably whichever the title is come, probably just you can go to the Swayam website, just type it in the title. Probably you can look into the title, whatever the courses are made available. Other than that course, probably if you develop the thing, probably that will approve.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay.
11:15 is the breaking time, sir. Again, 11:45 joining.
Oh, 11:45 joining. Okay, then what we'll do, we'll give break or we'll continue?
Ask.
We'll give break, then we'll rejoin for 11:45.
Okay, sir.
Okay, no problem.
Okay, sir.
Kumar
Sir,
sir. Kumar sir.
Sir.
Tea break, sir. Let them join the link again at 11:45, sir. Okay.
11:45.
Okay, sir.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
sir.